The goal is for everyone to be able to upload the information about when a new life learns, rather than having to store it individually or putting it through Line or Kakao. It can get lost very easily, but with this system, it's really much better, and we can get reports too. Reports are important because every month the national ministry rep will ask each church about how many lives are learning. They need to know each department and what level, so intermediate or beginner or advanced, all of that needs to be disclosed. So this software will help us to do that. So here we have the activity stream, new lives, events, and church members, but we're mostly focused on new lives. We'll keep event attendance here, and this is something we can do more in the future with project management. So if we look at the new lives, I've created an example here. On the left, you can see a really nice breakdown of how many people are in each department and kind of where they're at. And then if we look at this example, John Smith, you can really easily see this information just laid out. But if you click into it, you can actually edit all this information. So you can pick what department he's in, what status he's in. Discerning is like you have a friend that you feel like would be good, but they haven't actually come to church yet. So you can put them in here if you feel that they might start learning. This would be like if they come to a Bible study, like a group Bible study, or to sunset service. This is if they're actually learning the Bible studies, the 30 principles. And then, of course, if they're coming to service. You can put their learning schedule and the date of their last Bible study, as well as their management team. That way we know who is kind of praying for them and communicating with them and, of course, teaching them. Here we can denote what level they're at. Green is for beginner, so you can see here all these in green are beginner, the blue are intermediate, and the red are advanced. Then for golden path, these get updated according to the time and situation. You can put how they were connected, when they were connected, and their contact information. For the notes, I like to add kind of the bio or description of this person. Of course, you can discern what kind of information you want to put there, probably not anything too sensitive. In the comments section, you can see this is how we'll keep track of when they learn each lesson, and we'll have a nice stream of comments that you can see just like this. It'll be very clean. Just put the date, the lesson learned, who taught, and who would have sat in on the lesson. And each time you change something, it will show here in the activity. And not only does it show here, but if you click out of them just by clicking on this gray space and going back to the activity stream, you can see that all of this is reflected here. So any account that makes a change, all of that's reflected here, and so we can see it. So don't make any mistakes or I will know. Just kidding. This is a learning time. For the new lives, lastly, if you want to add a new life, all you have to do is click this green button and follow along with the template. If the template needs changed at all, just let me know. I have full access to modify it. And the last thing that I want to cover is tasks. If I assign the department leaders a task, I don't know, maybe it would be something along the lines of checking on newcomers. If I see that they haven't been, spoken to recently or something, then I might assign a task using the @mention, and I could say or maybe you want to say something to the ops team. You can just have like a kind of a comment at them, and they can see that here. If you assign it specifically to someone, that'll show up in the tasks. So if there's something that department leaders would need to do, that would be here. If there's a due date, you would see it on the calendar. But otherwise, these two things we probably won't utilize until later in the future, mostly just putting in the new lives data. But that concludes for today. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thanks.